afterwards. And again, if there's anything that comes up that you want to share with colleagues or have a look again, you'll be able to do so. So without further ado, I will hand you over to our CEO, James Selka. James, over to you.
Very warm welcome and a very good morning to everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for hopefully a very rewarding session. We're very aware of what a big investment exhibiting at MACH is. And as usual, we want to make it the best value we all possibly can as a team. And everyone, I'm sure, knows Adfield from the amazing job they do on the operations for the show. But some of you may not be aware that they also are our marketing partner. And without too much further ado, I'd like to hand over to Ian Field, who is Group Managing Director of Adfield, to explain a little more about how we can work together on marketing and really get maximum leverage and value from the show. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me okay. And welcome to this MACH 2022 Marketing Day, which we're holding virtually for the first time. I'd just like to ask the Adfield team if they could put on their cameras and I'll introduce everybody. You'll be delighted to know, not going to do all the presenting myself today. James, I think James Fudge, we just need to get a few people's on our team being unmuted if they can, just so they can present at some point when they do that in a second or two.
Yes, it's all
great. We're okay. So can I start? Can I start with Luke? Luke, could you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm part of the Adfield team in the SEM and social media part of the business.
I think we're going to have a few microphone issues downstairs, guys. So you might have to just go mute and unmute when we as we go through this. Alice, do you want to go next, please?
Hi, I'm Alice. I'm the social media for MACH, and I'll be talking through how we can help get visitors to join us all.
Oh, Ian, you're muted, sorry.
Sorry, Keith and Jed, sorry, next, please. Thank you.
Yeah, hello, my name is Jed. I'm the videographer at Adfield, and I'll be touching on all stuff video in this presentation.
Hi, my name's Keith. Keith Evans at Adfield, graphic designer, and I'll be touching on emails, and the MACH personalised email cells. We'll be talking about that.
Great, thank you, guys. So first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen if I can, and we'll control that from here today. So let me just try and get this to work and include computer sound. So let me just quickly find the presentation, which is here. And if I go full screen. Okay, could somebody give me a sort of an indication they can see that?
All good.
Great, thank you. And you can hear me okay?
Yeah.
Thank you. Right, we'll go then. So Adfield, as James said, Adfield are a full service agency and the MTA's marketing and communications partner. We've actually been working for the MTA since 2006. MACH 2022 is a big part of what we do for the MTA. Adfield as an agency, it's not a selling job about us today, but I'll just give you the background about what we do. We are a full service marketing communications agency. We do everything from strategy development through digital marketing, as you've just met some of the team. And a big part of our business in today's environment is data handling and lead generation. And I'll talk about some of that and what we do for MACH as we go through these presentations today. I think probably the best thing to do is if it's okay with everybody, maybe I'm sure there will be some questions, and we like these things to be interactive. So as we're going through this, if you want to put your hand up or anything, you're more than welcome. Or if everyone would rather, we can just keep the questions to the very end, and then we can take that as a collective group from myself, the MTA team of the two Jameses and Katie, and also all of the Adfield team here as well. So first off, what are we as the MTA doing to promote MACH? Well, I'll start off by just giving an outline of our themes. So the overall theme for MACH 2022 is be part of it. And you'll see this now in all of our material that's starting to come out. We're currently in the phase of switching between exhibitor promotion, which is where we promote the show to companies like yourselves to generate sales for us to get people in to exhibit at the show. That campaign runs up until about February next year. And now, as we come up to approach Christmas in the year before the show, we now start switching on our visitor campaign. Our research has shown to us that over the years we've been doing this, we get a better response from visitors if we actually launch the show to the visitor market and open the visitor registration around Christmas time and into the new year. It seems to be people flick open the calendar, see 2022, and they think, MACH, we need to start to register. So our theme for this year is be part of it. We've got 5 key messages as part of our theme, which are be inspired, be innovative, be sustainable, be connected, be competitive, be part of it. And if you think about some of these areas, inspired, we all know there's 3 things to improve productivity and therefore competitiveness, such as latest technology and for the purchaser, the finance to acquire. But also the skills to acquire and deploy are a big part of being inspired. Again, at MACH, there will be a big feature area of education and development, and the MTA's aim is to inspire the next generation of engineers to join the engineering and manufacturing community, filling the skills gap that we all know is something we're currently experiencing. Innovation, innovative. Our exhibitors' products are innovative, and MACH is the place for our visitors to see these products and services in action and live. And that's a unique selling point for MACH. We still have a big area of live working machines. Innovation for this year, innovation in the supply chain will be a big theme for MACH 2022, as we look at things like manufacturing closer to need, therefore reducing damaging product miles. As we look at things like manufacturing to individual market specification, allowing performance optimization to local needs. And things like manufacture to demand quantity, therefore reducing or eradicating the need to overproduce. While the positive impact of the ability to mass customize has yet to be quantified, we all know this is going to be a game changer, and that is all covered under our innovative and innovation theme. Sustainable. I think that's the real buzzword at the moment after the COP26 recent conference, and this year MACH will have a very strong emphasis on developing sustainable energy solutions, carbon reduction technology, and much more. And the idea of sustainable is that this will be able to be seen by the visitor throughout the whole show. Connected. Connected, we're not just looking at connected as a particular area or a particular side, it's throughout the show. With Industry 4, it's right through the whole event. But also connected means face-to-face for you, our exhibitors, with your customers, with your prospects, and networking with like-minded individuals from the UK's engineering and manufacturing communities. One of the words and one of the phrases the NEC now use quite a lot is live is only live once. And that's very much as part of the ethos of connected. And finally, competitive. We all know it's a very competitive marketplace, but it's also worth remembering that currently there are very generous government support packages in place in the form of annual investment allowances of £1 million and the super deduction capital allowance incentive and the extension of R&D tax credits, all of which will make it far more achievable for people to purchase new capital equipment. As the MTA, we feel there has never been a better time, there's never been more latest technology, and the technology has never been more powerful and more affordable and more financeable as they are currently. And we think it's in our grasp for these opportunities to come through at MACH 2022. So as the organisers, our big promotion and our big push on our campaigns is to condition the marketplace that the event is taking place. For us, the big thing to do is to make sure people realise MACH is taking place from the 4th to the 8th of April at the NEC in Birmingham in 2022. And so if you look at our material that's going to come out, and you'll start to see, and we'll go through in a second, a lot of what we're doing is very much pushing the register now, because we need to get visibility of who wants to come to the show so we can then influence them to actually attend. But also we're pushing the date line, the venue and the location. This is always prominent in everything that we're doing. And the final thing I wanted to mention is our strapline. Our strapline was developed for MACH 2018, and we're continuing with it currently, which is the UK's national event for inspiring, innovating and connecting manufacturing. So moving forward, the idea is at the moment, just to sort of break this presentation down, I'm going to show you what we're doing as the MTA to help condition the marketplace and to promote the fact MACH is happening. And then the team, the Adfield team, are going to go through some of the ways that you can get involved and some of the ways that we can work together to help promote the show. As I said at the very beginning, the MTA's job is to condition the marketplace that the show is happening. It's our job to let everybody know these are the dates, this is when the show is happening, and this is the location, and to drive registration. But one of the big things from today I'd like to get across is that the real difference in getting the visitors to the show will be you, our exhibitors. It's far better to get a personal invitation from somebody rather than just a generic invitation from us as the show organizer. Far better to get a generic invitation from somebody they know, and that is both your customers and your prospects. One of the things people say sometimes is, do I really want to invite my customers to come to a show? Well, always remember your customer is somebody else's prospect. So the likelihood is that your customer is on somebody else's database, and they will be attending MACH, and they will be inviting your customer to attend as well. So it's always worth remembering, invite your customers as well as your prospects. There's nothing worse than your customer turning up and finding you're at the show and they didn't realize you were there and they've been invited by somebody else. So print marketing. So we're doing an extensive media campaign. Advertising is still a big part of what we do at MACH. There's still a lot of print media, which I will come on to in a second, and our media partners and who is covering us and who we're working with. But we see print media as a big part of what we're doing. And it's still very popular in this sector. Our display advertisements are all big and eye-catching. They usually appear on editorial pages or in special supplements, and very much we're trying to get across our key messages. And they're very much on message and branding with the way we do these. Digital advertising has been around a long time, and it's clear that there are still, as I said, big advantages in print media. And research has shown that people read more slowly when reading on paper than online. This is why we still continue to work with all our media partners who support the show in a really good way, and are running multiple editorials and features for us in the run-up to MACH in January, February and March. And there's some really good opportunities, we feel, to get information across in printed media. Of course, we're doing a lot of digital stuff. So email marketing is very powerful. It also forms the backbone and is a big part of what we do to attract visitors. As you can imagine, the MTA have substantial databases that's been built up over many years and are refreshed every 2 years at the exhibition through the registration process. And we will be mailing out extensively to all our databases from January onwards, or from just before Christmas actually, with various messages. We use register now emails. We use MACH bulletins, where we include information from our exhibitors that we've gleaned and has been sent to us, and we can put stuff in there about products that are being launched. Again, if you go back to why do people come to an exhibition? One of the big reasons they come to an exhibition and come to a show is they're looking for something new. And anything that we can put into the MACH bulletin that shows innovation, shows sustainable, shows connected, shows competitive, shows inspiration, we're willing to put into the bulletins. All our emails link through to the registration pages, and we get this is where we get a big response through our emailing, and we have a database of approaching 50,000. It's worth noting, previously, our Christmas emailers, which are a mixture of save the date and Christmas messaging, linking to the fact visitor registration is now open. These have, one or two of these have produced more registrations from visitors than any other emails we did. So we're showing here how some of them will appear on different devices and some of the key messaging that we're going to be using. Social media also forms a big part of what we're doing, and you will find that MACH is present on all the major channels, including Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn and Instagram. We do a tremendous amount both organically, i.e. not paid for, more sort of text-based, and brand awareness campaigns such as carousel adverts and so on. We organically post 5 times a week, Monday to Friday, and we tend to publish around 10 a.m. in the morning. The hashtag for the show next year is hashtag MACH22. And on top of that, we've got MACH Exhibition, which is the generic run through that has been the MACH hashtag since 2016. It's also worth saying hashtag UKMFG and hashtag MFG are also big response vehicles for us. And we get really good response from emailers from social media when we tag them in. We include a registration link in every post. We're there to drive registration. That's what we're doing. And our phrases are all part of the themes that I've already outlined to you. We also promote exhibitor articles from the MACH website. So when our exhibitors have uploaded new content, we will link to that and promote that for you as well. We also retweet, so if you tag us in, we are likely to retweet it for you. And likewise, if you're launching something new and you've told us about it and we tweet out and with this in there, then great. It's a great opportunity for you to retweet with us. And resharing information about the annual investment allowance, which we've mentioned as part of our Be Competitive theme, has usually come from DirectGov, and we use that. We also heavily work with Lloyds, who are our sponsors for the exhibition, both for MACH and for the new Engineering Supply Chain show. And we work with them on both emailers and in social. On top of our organic campaigns, we run carousel ads. And these are run mainly across LinkedIn and Facebook, where we are looking to increase our followers. Their brand awareness for the show, again, if you go back to what I said at the beginning, our key aims are to condition the marketplace that the show is taking place. So we show our themes, we have some visitor feedback in there, we have the date line, which is very strong. But most importantly, on every area we have register now, where they can click through and register to attend the show free of charge. Video. So video marketing is where we're using videos to raise awareness, create engagement and drive sales. So it's the most engaging form of content on the internet today, and we're seeing far more of it. And MACH, we're no different than anybody else. We're creating more and more. We think it's the perfect way to create a personality for MACH, enabling us to connect with our viewer and earn their trust. We've done an overall video, which I'll show you in a second, which is the main video for the event. And then we will use that video to break it down into smaller sections to use through our social. And it's a great way to get visitor registrations and get visitors to join in with us. So if you've all got your speakers on, I'll play the video and I'll come back to you at the end of this. Okay, so that's the MACH video, the main video that we're going to run for MACH 2022. And as you see, it's quite long. Well, that's there for a reason. We used it for our press launch, which took place last Thursday at the Digital Manufacturing Centre. And now the team will cut that down into smaller segments, and we will use that. It's live on the internet. It's had 1,000 downloads already. But we will also now cut that down into smaller segments and top and tail it with some other key messaging and use that through our main social media channels. So just to talk through search engine marketing, can I just reintroduce Luke, who's on the Adfield team and who's our expert in SEO and search engine marketing. Luke, do you want to go through this slide for us, please?
Hello, everyone. To attract customers and prospects to the show, we'll be launching targeted SEM campaigns, which is search engine marketing. This will include ad campaigns targeted at people who are searching for manufacturing and engineering shows, as well as the particular zones with at MACH as well. Also, users who are searching for other shows as well. Another medium we'll be using is display and video as well, which generates high volume. This will show up on other websites and applications as well to send users to the registration page and sign up and attend MACH.
Thank you, Luke. So that's search engine marketing. Just let me get the screen to move on. Okay. Hopefully that's moved on. It took a time. At MACH, we have a very in the whole manufacturing and engineering sector, we have a very strong media presence, and MACH are very privileged to have a dedicated group of media partners. These are all the companies we're currently working with, and there's likely to be more as we move through this. Each of these magazines that represents into our sector will be featuring MACH advertising, and the vast majority will be running editorial previews and reviews of the show. The vast majority of these media partners will also have exhibition stands at the show and will be on site looking for news stories. And this is a really great opportunity to work with our media partners to give them good information, good quality information that they can publish about your products and your services. The editors, from my experience, are all very receptive to contact and very much like to have the opportunity to get the latest information from you. And all of these publications on here are supporting. It's worth saying this presentation at the end will be live on the MACH, will be posted onto the MACH website, so you can download this later, save making lots of notes. And the other thing I've forgotten to mention again is if you want to make comments as we go through, we are getting the comments section, the live question side on Teams here. That is working. So if you've got a question or you've got a comment, please feel free to put it in there as we go through the presentation. So that, in a nutshell, in the first half of this morning's session, is what we are doing as the MTA to promote MACH. I'd like to now turn and a bit more help from the Adfield team. What can you do to promote your presence at MACH? I'm going to go through this. So social media marketing. Alice, could I ask you to lead on that one, please?
Of course. So as Ian kindly introduced what we do here at to help advertise MACH, we post on social media about 5 times a week. But what we really need you guys to do is you need to be posting organically between 3 to 4 times a week, and we can if you tag MACH Exhibition into your post, we can retweet that for you, And by using the hashtags MACH 2022, as well as UK MFG and hashtag MFG, we'll be able to track engagement, and we can again reshare this onto our stories and onto all of our platforms. But what we also need you to do is what's going to be really key for you guys is if you use the call to action, register now, and linking to the MACH registration site. I would advise shortening the URL for this, because if you have a long URL within your post, it can sort of disturb what the key message of your organic post will be. As well as this, we need you to use the key messages and key slogans, be part of it. And if you are going to take on paid posts, we would highly recommend that you use these messages within your paid campaigns as well. Just to reiterate as well, we're here to help you. So if you need any help at all from us, all you need to do is get in contact with either myself or Luke, and we can help guide you through your social media campaigns.
Thank you, Alice. That's fantastic. Yeah, and Alice makes a really good point there. Adfield are here, although we are the MTA's marketing agency and marketing partner, we're also here to help you, our exhibitors. So if you're unclear on anything or how to do something, somebody in our team will give you free advice over the telephone to help you organise it for yourself. A lot of larger companies have got their own teams, and we're not looking to tread on anybody's toes. But for our smaller exhibitors or our exhibitors who are slightly unsure, call us. We're very friendly, we're very easy to approach, and we will do our very best to help you. We're all in this together, and we all want to get visitors to the show so that they can see your products and services, and that you can make a worthwhile return on your investment at MACH, as James Selka said at the beginning. And so we are here very much to help. So if you have any questions on social media, if you're not sure if it's a black art and you want to sort of have a little go at it, give Alice a call or give Luke a call. Or give me a call, and we will help you through it and see what we can do to give you a boost. Okay, we're having a go slow for some reason, but anyway, we'll try again. There we go. Right, your unique URL. I think, is Keith doing that one, or is that Luke? I can't remember.
Keith, yeah. Hi. Yes, your unique URL, as Ian touched upon, email marketing is a great way of getting people, your customers and prospects, to the show, and a great way, MACH, a great idea behind that is our unique URL that you can generate on the site yourselves. Any issues with that, get in touch, we can help you out with that, and that enables you to track your people who've registered to come and see you specifically through your emails at the show, which is great, obviously, for yourselves. You can know who's going to come, things like that. And there'll be a specific page with your company logo on and your stand number and a little bit of detail about yourselves, which is all good. And just reinforces that you're going to be there at the show, and people are, that's the reason for the URL. You can obviously visit the MACH exhibition.com website to see how to do that yourselves. Any issues with that, get in touch, and that's your unique URL.
Okay, Keith, thank you. I think you might be doing the next one as well. Let me just get it to come up.
Yeah.
So for some reason it's going painfully slowly. There we go.
Yeah, your emails and emailers, as mentioned, are the main key to getting people to the show and to your stand to come and see you. We have generated a MACH personalised exhibitor visit us emailer. It's a long title, but you'll guess what it is. And you can see that there on the mock-up on the phone. And essentially, that is a standardised emailer that we have set up for MACH Show. But on it, as part of your exhibition package, we are able to add your logo and your stand number to that, and a little banner further down too, which you can't see on there, just reiterating where you are on the stand, and that's available for you to then send out to your database, which is really good. So all you have to do is get in touch with us, supply your logo, supply your stand number. We'll know that anyway, and we'll get that up and running for you, supply it to you for you to send out, which is really good. A great way of doing that. And it's full of key themes. That email is full of the key themes and the what's going to be happening at the show, reiterating the brand and things like that. So that's a really good way of getting people to the show and reiterating the brand of MACH. Again, if you want to send your own emailers out, if you want to design your own emailers, that's great. We have a banner that we can supply you with as part of your package, and you can add that to your own emailers going out. You can also, as we do for some clients, you could run a series of emailers up towards the show. You could do 3 or 5. You could do 5. You could start one in December, a save the date emailer, short and simple, very visual. MACH logo is on there, and if you've got any giveaways at the show, things like that, or you've got a specific machine, one of the emailers could be about that. And then the day of the show, you send out an emailer, your final email saying we are live and we are at MACH today. So that's a really good idea. Reiterate the brand, make sure the content's nice and simple and short, and don't give the people too much information up front. Make sure they really feel infused to come to your show through your emailers. If you're just sending out your regular standard email that you send to people, we've got a little signature banner that you can pop on the bottom of every email you send out, just so again when they get to the bottom of reading your general email, you again reiterate that you're going to be at the show again and your stand number there, that's all good. And I think that's kind of covered that. I think. If you need any help at all on that, just get in touch. Regards your own email design. If you want us to design some emailers for you, that's fine. No issue at all with that. So that's great.
Thank you, Keith. That's good. So let's just go to the next one. Jed, I think you're taking this one.
Yes, yeah. So I'm here to talk about video, and in particular, video production and videos that you can produce for yourselves and get out onto social to promote MACH. So you probably noticed in that video there was a lot of MACH branding, so I just wanted to touch on that to start with. I think the brand is important, and I represented it via an animated logo at the start and at the end, and also a smaller logo in the corner. This is really just to anchor and solidify the brand of MACH. And yeah, it's important to do this in your videos when you post, so people are aware of, the look of the MACH exhibition, and it really centers it in people's minds. It's crazy how sort of an image and brands can work, how it can, just seeing a logo can really remind you of MACH, and little things like that really help. I also use the text and the correct text font and color scheme on MACH communications on the website. Again, just to have this parity with the communications and the video. Phrases, keywords and taglines are used throughout, which match the adverts, the emailers and other communications for MACH. Again, ensuring parity across all mediums and platforms. You want to be able to look at a video and see the brand is represented very similarly to how it is on an emailer, on a graphic which is posted on social. So it's all about keeping the style nice and tight and close. And the style, what I used for that video was I actually used animated photos, but for yourself, you could use your own existing footage. It could be shot on a phone, it could be shot however you want. Animated photos is a style that we've chosen for this. But yeah, you could use what you like as long as you sort of have that branding present and represented. Also in the video, I used animated graphics, as you can see with sort of the titles and little bits like that and the text. And non-diegetic sound and FX. What I mean by this is Non-diegetic sound is just basically a fancy word for a soundtrack. Get a real nice soundtrack in there. It's crazy how sound can really grab people's attention, especially these days on phones, on social, when people are scrolling through. You know, if they do want to stop and click on it, you want to make sure if they hit that click button, they're hearing some really nice music to really capture and engage them. Also, I added some FX as you might have noticed in the video. So it was only a photo, but I added a drilling noise to the photo and I animated the photo. So it's sort of it's just engaging when there's movement, when there's sound, when there's FX. It just really these days it's really important to add things like that. You can't just throw up a photo on a video and just go from one photo to the next. It's really about sort of engaging via movement. So the output for the videos, yeah, sort of like a 16:9 regular sort of widescreen video. That's sort of a standard. This video can be sort of, you know, however long you would like, really, from sort of a minute to 3 minutes for the web videos. But as Ian was saying in the previous slide, 1 to 2 minutes is really the sweet spot, and particularly 60 seconds on social. 60 seconds is the sweet spot, and what we do for that is a nice square video, which will be 1 by 1, and that will allow it to play through all the way through. You know, certain socials sort of cut off at a certain section after. Okay, so here we go. Next slide. So we got, you know, what do you need to do? As I just mentioned, video size for social, 1 by 1. No footage, no problem. If you've got photos, you can use those. You can animate your photos. Just get some movement, get some engagement in there, and it makes it interesting. Focus on your existing socials to share with your prospects and customers. Yeah, what do you do at the moment? You know, you want you know your customers, you know what they want. Make sure you know what you're giving them in the video is sort of similar to what you already have. Yeah, again, phrases, keywords, taglines to connect. Use your own phrases and keywords, as well as using the established MACH keywords as well. Just in the overview here. So yeah, creating shareable video specifically for social. And the goal is to make your prospects and customers aware that you will be at MACH 2022, and you want to use keywords, taglines, and this will really help you to connect with your audience. And also the MACH taglines, branding, hashtags, all this stuff will again solidify that you are going to be at MACH, and it is MACH that everybody wants to go to. So yeah, increase your prospects, customers at MACH 22 through video.
And link to them on the email as well. So if you're doing emails, and share those videos through your emails as well, which is really good.
Thanks, guys. That's a really good presentation. Thank you. I think there's some good points in there. Okay, PR and advertising. We touched on advertising at the beginning, that this is a big part of what we do, and it's still an area we think is heavily utilised by the manufacturing and engineering community. So you've all got unique URLs, which we've mentioned, but you can also use PR and advertising, writing your articles and blogs, both for your website. Big areas to update your own area as part of your package at MACH. You have an area on the MACH website. We are getting tens of thousands of visitors per month now. And so if they're looking for something and they're looking for a product, they can use all the search facilities on the MACH website to do that. So one of my key messages for today is please update your area on the MACH website. There's no charge for that, and there's all sorts of things you can put on there, from downloads to videos to links. Really good information, and it's also something, because the MACH website continues afterwards as we then head towards the 2024 show, it stays live and continues to be used long after the show is finished. So although we're at the NEC for 5 days, there's 3 months worth of run up, and then there's all the period after the exhibition as well, where the MACH website gets a vast number of visits, and it's a great way to get your products found using the website. You should look at doing press releases. So as I mentioned earlier, there's a big support network from our trade media partners. A lot of them are running features and previews, and they're hungry for new product and new services and new information and what you're launching at the show. They're looking for really topical and informative information that they can put out to their readers. So if you can do a press release, in a second or two, we've got a couple of guides on how to write press releases, which you can download at the end of this if you do that sort of thing yourselves, or if you're using an agency, they will obviously give you the professional advice on that side of it. But there is a download on some of the things and some of the pointers that you can use when trying to contact the media, and some of the things that they will be looking for. Always remember as well to do a post-event press release, summing up what you launched at the show and some of your successes. A big thing for the media is to continue the theme of MACH afterwards. They'll do a review showing what happened at the show and some of the things that went on. But also there's a lot of material again that goes up on the MACH website, and you can be part of that by producing post-show material as well as pre-show. A lot of people forget it's all the build-up, it's all about getting there, it's all about getting people there, getting the inquiries, and then the marketing can slow down after the show. Actually, it's equally important to keep the marketing going post-show as it is pre-show. As I said earlier, the vast majority of our media partners have a presence at the show, and they will be supported. Not only the sales teams will be there, the editorial teams will be there as well. So it's well worthwhile if you've got an opportunity to do a small press launch or some type of event on your stand. It's worth inviting journalists to visit your stand so that you can explain to them some of the main features and benefits of your product, and to show them how it's going to be being launched at MACH. It's also worth saying, if you've got products to come out in the first 3 months, it may be worth, if they're really important and newsworthy, keeping them and announcing at the show, because there is a focus on new product at the show, and our exhibitors, our visitors come looking for that. As well as editorial, there is the opportunity for brand advertising in the trade media, and they're all perfectly capable of selling themselves, but they're all carrying editorial features, and there's a great opportunity to advertise, mainly alongside MACH adverts that we're running in these trade magazines. And we think there are over 20 now carrying MACH advertising and MACH previews. It's a great platform to reach your target audience. So these two guides we've produced for today. One is a guide to getting your output published, which is about press releases, and some points. Is it newsworthy? Selling a story, making the best use of your own resources, and what to avoid. It's a little bit of a crib sheet. I'm sure there's a lot of people in here that know all of this. We're not trying to teach you to suck eggs, but sometimes just a little crib sheet can help. And for those that are not used to doing it, there's a few little pointers in there from our head of PR, Duncan Tift, who in a previous life has been a business editor at the Birmingham Post, and has also been Made in the Midlands business editor as well. So he's got a lot of experience, and Duncan's put these together for us. The second download that you can download today is a guide to email marketing, and this talks about the invitations, what we think you should look at doing, content guidelines, and then how to submit it, and what some of the things that you need to do, and some of the do's and don'ts when you're doing emailers, some of the things that work well, some of the things to avoid for spam filters. So both those downloads are available for you, which you can have at the end of this event, and they'll be live on the MACH website for you to download. So if I can, just quickly to recap, just 6 points to recap on. Unique URL. This is really important. This is your opportunity to use your URL to invite your customers, and when they're invited, it will go through to the MACH website, and it's got your details on there, your stand number, and your logos. So this is a great opportunity for you to have a personalized area on the MACH website for when people are registering to come to see you at the show. Social media. There's lots to do on social media. Hashtag MACH22, hashtag MACH Exhibition are the two key ones for you, plus UKMFG. Post your MACH articles. We will share them. You should do at least one post a week from about MACH starting from January, and looking at what you're doing. Pin a post with your stand number. Keep it pinned until the last day of MACH. Pinning is where you put the that specific post at the top, so it's always there when somebody goes on, which will help drive people to come to visit you at the show. Reshare our posts. They're topical, they're informative, and we get a lot of conversation starters through those. So a good opportunity if you can reshare those, particularly if it mentions your company, and tag us as well. So when you're sending your stuff out, if you tag us, we can retweet for you at the same time. Emails. Keith touched on this. Great opportunity. Email footers. Every email you send out is a marketing opportunity to tell people that you're taking time to go to the exhibition and to show your new products and services. So why not do an email banner at the bottom of your signature strip? We can do that for you. Keith's got loads of experience in that, and we've done hundreds and hundreds for our exhibitors over the years. We're here to help. Just get in contact with Keith and we will organise that for you. And that can link to your customised URL, as we've talked about before. Email marketing that Keith talked about. Email promoting registration via your own URL. It's all personalised. Tell people what you're showing on your stand. Include the MACH banners so that we've got the branding on there to show that you're part of it. And you should be sending your visitor registration emails with the unique URL for registration. And we think you should do those at least once or twice a month in the run up to the show to generate registrations and visitors for your stand. As Jez covered, video marketing. I think the big thing from what Jed has just said, video doesn't have to be a video, and can be made using skills and effects on static images, which is the way we've actually done the MACH 2022 video. As he already pointed out, remember the size, 1:1 or 16:9 if it's going on your website, and the vehicle. So if it is social, you need to go on a 1:1 ratio. There is the MACH 2022 video teaser that we've done that you can link to. You can use our phrases and our keywords and taglines. They can be used in your video to be part of it. And always remember to include your logo and your stand number on all videos that you produce. And you are welcome to use the MACH logo on your websites and in the videos and in your social if that's what you'd like to do, which we encourage. And finally, PR. Creating a press release will get you a lot of coverage. There's some great opportunities with our media partners, and there's some great opportunities for advertising with our media partners as well. So there's 6 points that hopefully are takeaways for you today. I hope you've got something out of this morning's session. The big area to look at on the website, it comes up on the bottom there. The MACH exhibition website features a complete guide and a 5-step plan on how to make MACH a success for your business. And you can find it at machexhibition.com. If you go under Why Exhibit and then promoting your presence at MACH 2022, it should say, not 2020, that is where you'll find it. And if it's not bang up to date, it will be very shortly. We'll also post this presentation to the website so that it can be downloaded and shared afterwards. And there's the download guides that we've produced for today, which again will be there for you to take. So at that point, I think I've done enough talking. Thank you very much for all your attention. We have got 1 or 2 questions coming through on the sidebar there. Ian mentioned exhibitors could be featured in the monthly email bulletins under the 5 show themes. How can we take advantage of that? Well, what we'd ask you to do is firstly update all your information on the MACH website so that the latest products and services you're launching and showing at the exhibition are all live. When you're sending out a press release, include the MACH team on that, and you can find that information from the website. And from that, we will pick certain stories that fit with our themes, and we will run that as part of our bulletins. And because we do a lot of bulletins running up, and we're looking for fresh content, we will do our best to get everybody covered. I'm going to stop sharing at that point, so that we might want to bring our screens up at this point, if that works for everybody. James, James Fudge, do you want to come in at that point?
Yeah, thanks ever so much. So big thanks to Ian and the team, really appreciate that. for this morning. If you've got any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat. There's a couple of bits in there that I just wanted to pick up on. A few people asking about the exhibitor manual, when's that going live? We have been slightly delayed this year because we're waiting for a few of the supplier forms. I've been promised them by the end of the week, but by next week we will have that live. We'll email everyone when that goes live. Once you go into there, you've got all the things we mentioned today. So once you register your staff, you can get your unique URL and those bits through Visit, and you'll be able to see all the order forms for the different services. While I'm on the subject, in January, we're going to run another event similar to this, which again will be about an hour-long webinar, which will focus on operations. So that'll have things like the build and break timetable and various other bits. Again, we will record it, so if you can't make that, you'll be able to see it. The other question we've had, which a couple of people have mentioned, obviously in terms of the likelihood of MACH going ahead and COVID and at this point in time, we are 100% planning for it to take place in April. We are talking regularly to the NEC. They are running events, and in fact, their trade events are nearly back up to pre-pandemic levels in terms of visitors. As an organiser, we've seen a lot more people book over the last month or two. We're having stands booked, at least 2 or 3 a week at the moment. I think there's been some really good events that have taken place at the NEC, and people have now got that confidence back. And as people have started to do more face-to-face business, that's really starting to build. So yeah, we are fully planning for April. We, of course, are looking at how to do that safely and sensibly and successfully. That's my third S. So we are keeping an eye on that at this point in time. We will, of course, keep exhibitors up to date, but yeah, we are planning for that in April. Someone has asked about the MACH teaser video. Is that available to download? I think I'm right in saying that's available on YouTube. I don't know if someone from Adfield can give me a nod or a...
Yeah, that is live at the moment. Alice, do you want to answer that one, or Jed?
Yes, yeah, the MACH teaser is live, and yeah, you can see it on YouTube.
Good stuff. So people can use that. You can share it from there. We've got it obviously out on social, so you can share our posts, or you can share the direct link to that video if you wish. Someone else has asked about seminar sessions. If you want to drop me an email, we've got, I think, about 2 slots available. We've been very lucky in that most of our speakers from MACH 2020 have been able to carry across. So we are very tight on content in terms of it has to fit our key themes. But if you want to drop me a line, then feel free to do so. I am hesitating ever so slightly just to see if there are any more questions that come through. I will give
if anybody wants to ask a question live, they're very welcome to, James. They want to just put their hand up and we can put their camera on, and if they want to come live, do our best to answer them.
Yeah, there is a raise hand function which should be top left-hand side of your screen, or top right-hand side of your screen, sorry. So I will give that 30 seconds or so. Otherwise, I'll just reiterate that, yeah, we'll send a follow-up email around with this, with all the various links and the presentation. And again, this will be available on the MACH website once we've got the video. A question there in terms of, can we run booth seminars? Yes, we do have people that do that. Obviously, if you're showing short talks, yeah. Obviously, if you're showing equipment, it makes sense to bring people to your stand. We've got no problem with that. All that we do have is some regs that talk about making it too loud. So if you've got a big PA system that starts drowning out sound on other stands and people can't do business, then obviously we'll talk about that. But that is covered in the exhibitor manual. But yeah, we've got lots of people that do that. And again, if you want to promote that, that's the sort of thing that we pick up in our newsletters and send out to let people know they're going on as well. So yeah, as I say, you'll get an email, A, as a follow-up from this one, and B, when the exhibitor manual goes live next week. And again, we will share dates ASAP with regard to an early January ops-based webinar, which again will be like this for an hour long. Assuming there are no more questions, and I can't see any hands up, I just want to say a huge thank you to Ian, Alice, Luke, Jed and Keith for their time this morning. Thanks to everyone for joining us, and if you think of any questions afterwards, then obviously feel free to contact any one of the team or myself. Many thanks.
Thanks, everybody.